So we'll do some treats and school lunch type of making today. So in this bowl I've got I've got 500 grams of butter. I'll link my conversion chart below. And then I need 2 cups of light brown sugar. And I realise I've got 2 open packets, so I'll get this from here. And this is obviously packed brown sugar, so we need to press it in. That's 1. And that's 2. And then we need 2 cups of, it says caster sugar, but I'm using granulated because I don't have caster. One. And I put sugar everywhere. Being a split in the side of the bag, which is just a pain. Right, so 2 cups of should be caster sugar, granulated sugar, and then we're gonna mix this all together. I'm gonna put it in the whiskey thing. I can't think of what the whiskey thing's called. What's the whiskey thing called? The stand mixer, and we'll be right back. Okay then, so we are all mixed up. Now this recipe is my all-in-one cookie recipe, and it's so easy to follow. I'll see if I've got it on the website and I'll link it below. If not, it is in my Let's Cookie recipe book. And all of my recipes are really simple to follow. I've got a husband with ADHD that has learned how to make various things because my recipes are short and keep your attention a bit. So that's where we're at. So I'm going to need 6 cups of flour. I'm going to add 2 in just now. Get that mixed in. And then I'll add 2 of the eggs. Get that mixed in. Do you prefer just chucking everything in the stand mixer, or is there certain bits you like to do on the stand mixer and then the rest by hand? How would you like to do it? I like to kind of just get stuck in, but with a stand mixer, it's, excuse me, so easy to just do big batches of everything, and all the hard work's done for you. There's no elbow grease needed. Right, so we'll grab 2 out of the 4 eggs that we need. And yes, I know I should be using a cup to make sure there's no shell. That's not where we are at today. So I'm going to cook some of these, and I'm going to freeze most of them, so that we've just got cookies ready to go. I'm also going to do my freezer sandwiches for packed lunches today and my flapjack recipe today. And these cookies are dairy free because I'm using the plant-based butters, so that my eldest son can have them and thoroughly enjoy them. I know what I didn't get. My baking powder. No, baking soda is what I want. I'm gonna need two teaspoons, yes, of this. One and two. And then we'll grab another 2 cups of flour. So, like I said, we need 6 total. Just get it all mixed in. And then we'll add the other 2 eggs. And the last 2 cups of flour. And, oh, yikes. That's what I need. Just a pinch of salt. Could have just thrown this whole thing in the stand mixer instead of making a mess on top of my cooker, but that's not where we're at today. So 2 more eggs. Whoop. And then the last 2 cups of flour, and I don't have 2 full cups in there. But it's fine because a big bag of flour has just been delivered. That's 1. And that's 2. Alright. Oh, throwing lids everywhere. Right, I'll get this finished mixing together and split it into 2 bowls, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do next. So in this one then, we're just going to do regular old chocolate chip cookies. And I'm using dairy-free chocolate chips because that works. What works for us. And in the other bowl, I don't know why I just put the lid back on. In the other bowl, which you can't see, because it's off camera. So in this bowl here, I've got the other half of the mixture, and we're just going to use same amount, chocolate chips. We're going to add roughly a teaspoon of orange extract. And watch out, because I am making my own, so a video will be up in the middle of February. And then we're going to add a quarter, just shy of a quarter cup of chocolate powder. Now, that one I'm kind of winging. I'm nearly out of chocolate powder, so we're winging it. Right. And then we're just going to mix this all in. All together. And then that's that recipe done. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze these ones completely for later in the month or early next month. I need to scrape my spoon. Lovely. So all we're going to do is put these on baking trays, rolled in a ball, or rolled in individual balls I should say, and put them in the freezer, freeze them solid, and then get them into a freezer bag. And they'll last six months or so. They'll not in my freezer, they'll barely last a month, because they'll be eaten and thoroughly enjoyed. So that is our chocolate orange cookies. Again, that recipe is in my Let's Cookie recipe book, which is available on the store. I will link it below. I think all the recipes, apart from the freezer sandwiches that I'm doing today, will be available in this recipe book. Right, so then this one is just the plain chocolate chip cookies, nice and simple. This is why I doubled the recipe though, just to make sure that I've got enough for 2 batches. And I mean, who doesn't love cookies? Come on. Don't answer that. If you don't love cookies, don't answer. Just more cookies for me if you don't like them, so that's fine. Absolutely fine. Right. These are great recipes for gifts as well. At Christmas, well, in November, we made a mega batch of the dry ingredients to prep ahead for Christmas, and then we gave cooked cookies as gifts, but we'll prep them in November. So that was really easy. I wish I'd done a video for that actually. I don't think I did. Or is it in my... No, because I didn't do a November video. And I know why. So, in October, I did a whole video. And I wanted to do them every month. Show people what I'm buying, what I'm making, what we kind of live on. And my husband very sweetly put all the shopping away because he thought that's what I needed done. It's like, no, I set it all out so that I'd get it filmed. But so that didn't happen. I hadn't kept the receipt, so I didn't know what I'd bought. My list was there, but my list was slightly different to what I'd bought. So I thought, right, I'm not faffing. We'll get that done another day. Right, so grab some gloves. Okay, so if you're making this recipe straight away and cooking it straight away, you will want to preheat your oven to about 175, and these will cook in 10 to 12 minutes. Again, I'll add the conversion chart link from my website below, because we've got people from all over, so we're all on different conversions. But yeah, so if you're in England, set your oven to 175, and golden. It might be a bit big. So in the recipe book, this one goes right through. Use the same recipe for nearly everything. You can add the mini Reese's Pieces, which I had planned to do, but that's just not how we're working today. And this is a bit soft, so I might have to put it in the fridge for a little bit. But yes, you can add Reese's Pieces, you can add fruit. I think is my oat recipe in there? I don't know. I can't remember. It's been that long since I wrote that recipe book. I can't remember what's in it. I just know that the recipes that I'm making today are in it, because they're my favourite ones to use. But anyway, the all-in-one. It's a simple recipe to follow. It's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ingredients plus your extras. Your extras would be like your flavourings, your chocolate chips, etc. But it's so easy to do. And I find this bit really therapeutic, just to stand here, roll the dough together. You can of course just chuck a whole lot of dough into a freezer bag and get it frozen that way. But with me using a plant-based butter, it's like the butter congeals at the bottom, so I prefer to roll them into balls and cook them while they're frozen. Just takes an extra minute or two, which isn't an issue. And I think they kind of cook down a bit better as well and spread out more if they've been frozen. Yeah, I don't like the way the butter kind of just sits at the bottom of the bag. I can't remember how many cookies this recipe actually produces, because it's been, oh, it was only November actually that I made it, but I made that many. I think I quadrupled the recipe at Christmas, because we're using them as gifts and giveaways and everything else. My kitchen is a bit warm, so these aren't firming up at all, but we'll get there. It's absolutely fine. You might hear my little people pottering about, my husband pottering about. So you want these in roughly 1-inch sized balls. Doesn't matter how close you put them together on the sheet, because we're going to freeze the sheet anyway. As long as they're not touching, we're fine. Right, and that's tray 1 done. So I'll get the rest done, and then we'll move on to flapjacks. Also, all I've done with these trays is just put some grease-proofed paper on, and then we're just literally going to put them on a shelf in the freezer to freeze up. nice, simple, easy make ahead cookies. Of anything make ahead, just stand in the kitchen for a day, faff about, and then stick everything in the freezer. When you want it, pull it out, cook it, done. You can make bigger versions of these, you can make smaller versions of these. The recipe is that simple to double, half, or quadruple, it doesn't matter. You can do it all with this one recipe. Do all the flavours you can think of and have loads of fun with it. Such a dry throat. The house is really warm. So we'll get these last 3, I'd say, done. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to leave these as is for now. I'm just dropping everything. This is the kind of day we are having. Right, next up then, just quickly wipe that down. So in here I've got, can you see that? Yes, you can. So in here I've got 2 cups of butter. I need 1 cup of brown sugar. And then with my half cup measure, I'll need 2 of these. There we go. And then I'm going to turn the ring on to a medium heat. So I've turned mine to 5, and we're just going to get this to melt in the pan. So this time we're making flapjacks, yet another fantastic recipe. You don't need to add the brown sugar. I do, because it just makes for a richer flapjack. So we're just going to melt this all down. And we're going to prepare a whole cup of gold. Now again, this is a do anything with it type of recipe. Try as you might, add all your different flavorings. Your chocolate chips, you can add your raisins, you can add freeze-dried bananas, you can add absolutely anything. Flapjack recipes. Excuse me. So this is just melting nicely here. Lovely. Smells very caramelly with that brown sugar. And I'm going to use a pinch of salt. So I've just got a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, just to get through some of that sweetness, because this is a whole lot of sugar. So we're just going to mix this till it's melted. Alright, that's looking fantastic. So I'm going to turn that heat off now, because that's fully melted. And we're going to pour in the golden syrup and stir that in while it's still warm. Again, I will link the recipe book down below. You can go and buy it from the store. If the recipe's on my website, I'll link it. If not, you'll just have to listen carefully. So I've added less brown sugar than I usually would, but it's all groovy. So stir that through. Right, and now we're going to need 10 cups of, oh, I thought I turned that off. I didn't, I lied. Right, so we're going to need 10 cups of Scottish oats. We've got Scottish porridge oats here, nice and easy, and we're just going to put them straight into the butter and sweetness mixture. That's 1. 2. 3. I think it's going to be the whole bag. 4. 5. I'm going to stop here and we're going to mix this in. I'm hoping that my pan's going to be big enough for another 5 cups. Oh yikes. Probably should have done this in a bigger pan, but we're getting there, we're fine, we are absolutely fine. One, oh well, that's technically 6, 7, 8, whoops, turtles. It's fine. We're going to go with 9.5 there. And 10. So these bags then have roughly 11 cups in there. Yes, I really should have gotten a bigger pan. Oh dear me. we're going to make a mess of this. Give me just a second, we're going to switch pans. Alright, so I put it into a bigger bowl. I couldn't find a bigger pan. Didn't necessarily need the pan, and I'm just going to make sure that all those oats are coated. Nothing is dry. That looks fabulous. Right, so for this one we need to again set the oven at 175. And I'm going to divide this mixture in half and put it in 2 trays, because again I did double it. So I'm going to prep the oven and put it on 175. One of the trays here just lined with greaseproof. I'm just going to push it out so it's all in one even layer. It comes out, cool down, and we'll get it cut into squares. That'll just be a nice little snack treat thing for after school, to take to school for lunches, to take to work for lunches. Easy snack for all the things. Like I said, you can flavour these any way you want. You can add cocoa powder, you can add chocolate chips, you can add raisins, you can do chocolate on top, you can do a nice ganache on top. But we're very basic. We just like a flapjack. Nice, plain, tasty flapjack. Second tray. And we will get the rest of this in here. And I'm sure you can hear my little one calling to his dad. No, I can, and I'm still hard of hearing at the moment. Right, so we're going to spread this out again into another even layer. Oop, we're going to fling it all over the cooker. A messy cook is a happy cook. It's as simple as that. Well, that's what I tell my husband anyway when I make a mess in the kitchen. So, like I said, 20 minutes in the oven at 175. And then we'll bring it out, we'll let it cool, and we'll get it cut up. And then while I'm waiting for these to cook, I'm going to get the rest of the cookie dough rolled up and get those into the freezer. And then we're going to get started on some freezer sandwiches for the week. So that we're prepared for school lunches and work lunches and everything else that might come at us. So, right, we'll get these 2 trays into the oven and baking. Okay, so I'm gonna change my gloves. I'm gonna grab another pair to roll the next lot of cookie dough out. Quick tidy up, and then we'll come back and do some sandwiches. Right, so we're just about to pull the flapjacks out of the oven. They're just slightly golden on the outside. Beautiful. And we're going to let them fully cool in the trays while we get other stuff done. So I'm going to turn the oven off. And then I'll continue to roll out these cookies, and then we'll come back with sandwiches. Okie dokie then. Next up, we've got freezer sandwiches to do for the week. And we're going to start with some chocolate spread, well, chocolate orange spread. We are absolutely obsessed with the flavour of chocolate orange. This one is the, can you see that? Jim Jam's dark chocolate orange spread. And it's vegan, so my eldest can thoroughly enjoy this dairy-free sandwich. So we're just going to get, this is a full loaf bar 2 slices. So we're going to get these made, get them in the freezer. In the morning, we'll just take them out, put them in lunch boxes, and they're defrosted lovely by lunchtime. Nice and simple. And of course you can do it with jam and peanut butter. You can do, well, what would it be called? Peanut butter and jelly, as Americans would say, but jam. Peanut butter, ham, cheese, doesn't matter. Of course a ham sandwich will be a bit watery, so just put a piece of kitchen roll into the bag. I do this every week. Just makes my life easier, makes mornings go a bit quicker. I'm not standing around making a whole lot of packed lunches. So I get it done on a weekend to save me time, energy and stress during the week. And I do this year round, even if they're not at school, because, well, like I said, it makes life simpler. Why have I got one slice short? One slice short, so we'll stick that to the side for now. But yes, so we do these all year round. They're great for taking picnics in the summer. They're great for just having some snacks or a quick lunch when they're off school. And it's something that I keep it in the freezer drawer in my kitchen, because it's something the kids can just help themselves to. I've just put chocolate all over this bag, but oh well. And the kids know that they're there. They know that I take a couple hours to defrost, and then we're all good to go. You make any kind of sandwich. Obviously meats will let out a bit of water. There'll be so add napkins or kitchen roll or something that's going to absorb the water, or so you get a soggy bottom on your sandwich. And then we'll just get these into the freezer and clean down again. So I do this all the time with the chocolate spread or ham. I make sure that no matter what, because we're always in a rush in the morning, we never get up on time. We always try and make sure that all of the sandwiches are dairy free, so I don't make cheese sandwiches. There's no nuts in any of the sandwiches, just in case for schools, because they're not allowed to take nuts. Other than that, I think we've made chicken ones, we made ham ones, we've made chocolate ones. The jam ones didn't go down so well. Obviously we can't make peanut butter because of the school. And obviously we don't want any kind of bad reaction to happen. For anybody that might be allergic to any kind of nut, so it's best just to avoid them. Yes, right, so that's one lot of sandwiches done. Get them in the freezer and we'll come back. So then here is the next part of our day. We've got some pasta in this pan here, and we're busy frying up some chicken in this pan. And of course one of the flapjack bits is there, and the other one we've cut up, so there's 6 pieces in that one. And then you'll see in the thumbnail that we've cut the rest up as well. So we're getting there. We are getting there. So I am holding the camera just now, but thought I'd show you what we're up to. So the chicken's going to be used for wraps, because it's Saturday night. Who doesn't want a wrap? And the pasta will be used for grab and go meals, just with some sauce. And once that all cools, we'll get it in tubs and in the fridge, and then they can just be warmed up in the microwave. It's nice and easy. And we've got a couple of cookies in the oven to go out to where they're going to. Completely slipped my mind. No, my mum and brother for work for tonight. So they will have a couple of snacks with them. Alright, I'm just going to let them sit and cook. And we will quickly check in this oven. They are doing fabulously. So I'll let them cook. I think we've got about 6 more minutes. I'm just going to keep this chicken moving about the pan. And I'll come back and show you what I do when everything's finished. So that's the cookies done and ready to go out the door. Pasta pot's ready to go out the door, and in this tub here we've got some flapjacks ready. Busy sorting the chicken out now. Of course we did see that flapjack before. Okay then, so please excuse the water. We're going to make some breakfast bars. So I'm starting out with 3 small bananas. We're going to mash these. And I'm getting everything ready. These bananas are just overripe. Right. Of course, coffee. Next up we need this one. And we're going to use about 3 tablespoons of the golden syrup. I'll just eyeball in that. We need 2 eggs. I'll share this recipe in a link below, because this one's one of the newer ones. It's on the website. I need a whisk. Just whisking that together. Next, ooh, I'm about to lose the whisk. Oh, there. I need 1.5 cups of water. You can use milk, you can use plant-based milks, it doesn't matter. Right, and we'll start with the seasonings. So we need about a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of salt, one teaspoon of baking powder, I'm going to get my teaspoon down, roughly a teaspoon of vanilla. That smells fantastic. I'm hoping my homemade one smells the same. Excuse me. Right, and then we're just going to quickly whisk these in. Next up, we need 3 cups of oats, I'm just making a royal mess of the bench. Mommy. 2 minutes, darling. 2 and 3. Oop. And the bag is about to drop in. And then next up, and we need about half a cup of just plain flour. And we're just going to mix these together. Now, where have I gone wrong here? So this should be a slightly thicker butter. I wonder if it's because the first time I did it, I made it with milk. But because these are going to be breakfast for my children, I can't make it with milk, and I don't have any plant-based milk. Right. Don't put eggshells in the sink. It's a silly idea. Right, and then we're gonna move my coffee out of the way, get a drink. muffin. Yorkshire tray, I would call it. What would you call it? Muffin pan, maybe? It's Yorkshire tray to me. And we're just going to divide these up. Oh, I know what I've missed. Chocolate chips. I'll put them on top, it's fine. Because, I mean, who doesn't want chocolate for breakfast? So depending on how much you fill your pan, you should get around 18 to 24 of these muffins. Of course, you can bake them in a sheet pan and just cut them up into squares. So I'm going to cook these at 190 degrees, and I think for anybody using Fahrenheit it will be 375. And we're going to cook these for about 15 to 20 minutes until they're nice and set. Let them cool down, put them in the freezer, grab them out of the freezer, and you're golden. Enjoy them for breakfast once they've defrosted. So 190 degrees, I did not preheat my oven because that's the kind of day we're having. And I've got the dairy-free chocolate chips. So I'm just going to put a couple of these on top of each one. So on the recipe, I'm sure these are called on the website. I will try again. I'm sure these are called banana breakfast bars, but I'm just doing them in muffins today for ease, simplicity, anything to make your day go a bit easier. So we'll put these in for 20 minutes and we will come back and do some more. So you can hear my washing machine in the background and it's really, really loud today. So this is the first batch of the banana breakfast muffins that we're doing. Obviously, like I said, this is called a banana breakfast bar because I'd usually do them in a tray. So I've managed to get 19. Obviously, depending on your scoop, depends on how many you get. So I used a cup measure but half filled it. I would have liked to use my ice cream scoops. It would have just been quicker and easier, but that's not where we're at today. You know, life and all that. So yeah, I'm going to let these cool and then I'm going to take them out, put them into the freezer in individual Ziploc bags, kind of like I've done with the flapjacks yesterday. So just put them into bags and that's how we'll freeze them. And then they'll just be taken out the freezer as needed. I can't remember what's up next, but down here you can see I've got paper on the bench. But I've got my inventory sheets out because my next video will be a meal plan with me. So I'm just looking through my inventory sheets. These are available as blanks on the website, so you'll have to go and check that out. I think they're 99 pence. If not, they're 1.99. It's one of the two. I think there might be 1.99 and the sale price is 99 pence. So we'll be having a big spring sale in around about April time. But yes, so the next video that should be out, I will say, is meal plan with me. But yeah, so we'll come back to these. Excuse me. Come back to these once the second batch is out. Like I say, I managed to get about 19 out of them. Really awkward number. Not a big fan of odd numbers, but this is where we are. So I'm going to let these cool and I'll come back with the next bit. So stage 2 of sandwiches for schools and work. And we did the chocolate ones yesterday. We're going to do the ham ones today. Again, as always, the dairy-free spread. Because then it doesn't matter who grabs what. And these sandwiches should last about a week and a half to 2 weeks for all the lunches between today's and yesterday's. So it's very simply a bit of bread, a couple of pieces of ham, and then we're just going to bag these up and put them in the freezer. Nice and simple, and we'll just grab them when we need them. So I'll get these finished and I will come back. Okay, so while I'm on a mission today, I'm going to stop any waste from happening. So I've got some overly ripe bananas that I'm just not going to get to in time, because I've just made banana bread. So I'm going to chop them up into these tubs and get the tubs in the freezer. Not going to mash them, I'm just going to chop them. And I'm going to freeze them so that it's 1 banana per pot. You can hear my children running about. And then if I need 1 banana for a recipe, I can just grab 1 pot. If I need 2, I can grab 2 pots, etc, etc. And just stops anything going to waste. They smell amazing. I think the smell of bananas gets better as they get more and more overly ripe. Of course, you could just mash your bananas, and if your recipe calls for a cup of bananas, then put them into cups. If your recipe calls for 1 banana, store them in separately as a single banana. Just save any waste from happening. And bananas freeze great for cooking, not so much for eating. Don't eat bananas after they've been frozen, unless you're putting them into something. I think the texture changes, the flavour changes slightly.
Can I get some worm nuggets?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Come on.
Wait.
We're after blue nuggies in the kitchen. So blue nuggies are refrigerators. So we always keep refrigerators in. But we've got this bit of an obsession. So we've got kind of this obsession with Baby Yoda. So everything is nuggies. And yeah, so the refrigerators, I think they're just the plain ones, the blue packet, become blue nuggies. So that's where we're at.
I got them.
Okay, darling.
I just move it right that way.
That's okay. Go on.
Yay, swim nuggets.
So always make sure that your plastics are freezer safe. And this one actually says suitable for microwave. I'm not too sure that I trust that. Just they're not my normal deli ones. These are a different type. So we're not sure if we trust them, but we're just using them for the freezer, so that's fine. Make sure all these lids are on properly, because nobody wants freezer burnt bananas. Right, we'll get these into the freezer. I think these are almost completely cooled. We'll just set them aside for now. We'll get rid of these banana skins. And a knife. Right. Quick open. Okie dokie then. So we're just going to put these banana breakfast muffins into bags, get them in the freezer. And I think by the end of the video we should be able to do a bit of a freezer tour. But we will see. We will see. Yeah, they feel cool enough. So they're just dense little cupcakes, muffins, things. Like I said, you can make like a heavier batch so that there's more to them. But we'll have these with fruit or eggs or toast or whatever else we fancy in the morning. So you can hear my washing machine in the background, and it's really, really loud today. So this is the first batch of the smaller bags. Banana breakfast muffins that we're doing. Obviously, like I said, this is called a banana breakfast bar because I'd usually do them in a tray. So I've managed to get 19. Obviously, depending on your scoop, depends on how many you get. So I used a cup measure, but half filled it. I would have liked to use my ice cream scoops. It would have just been quicker and easier. But that's not where we're at today. You know, life and all that. So yeah, I'm going to let these cool. I'm then going to take them out, put them into the freezer in individual Ziploc bags, kind of like I've done with the flapjacks yesterday. So put them into bags, and that's how we'll freeze them. And then it'll just be taken out the freezer as needed. I can't remember what's up next, but down here you can see I've got paper on the bench. But I've got my inventory sheets out because my next video will be a meal plan with me. So I'm just looking through my inventory sheets. These are available as blanks on the website, so you'll have to go and check that out. I think they're 99 pence. If not, they're 1.99. It's one of the two. I think there might be 1.99 and the sale price is 99 pence. So we'll be having a big spring sale in around about April time. But yes, so the next video that should be out, I will say, is meal plan with me. Yeah. So we'll come back to these. Excuse me. Come back to these once the second batch is out. Like I say, I managed to get about 19 out of them. Really awkward number. I'm not a big fan of odd numbers, but this is where we are. So we're going to let these cool, and I'll come back with the next bit. So you can hear my washing machine in the background, and it's really, really loud today. So this is the first batch of the banana breakfast muffins that we're doing. Obviously, like I said, this is called a banana breakfast bar because I'd usually do them in a tray. So I've managed to get 19. Obviously, depending on your scoop, depends on how many you get. So I used a cup measure, but half filled it. I would have liked to use my ice cream scoops. It would have just been quicker and easier. But that's not where we're at today. You know, life and all that. So yeah, I'm gonna let these cool, and then I'm gonna take them out, put them into the freezer in individual Ziploc bags, kind of like I've done
Is it alright if we make another one?
with the flapjacks yesterday.
See what
So
we
just put
can
them into
make.
bags,
So we make
and that's how
cookies.
we'll freeze them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll just be taken out the freezer
See
as
what we
needed.
can make.
I can't remember what's up next, but
We'll find
down
it
here you can
first.
see I've got paper on the bench. But I've got my inventory sheets out because my next video will be a meal plan with me.
We can make monkeys.
So I'm just looking through my inventory sheets. These are available as blanks on the website, so you'll have to go and check that out.
So every time my little one
I think
writes
they're
a shopping
99
list,
pence.
there's always cheese and milk in
If not, they're $1.99.
No, I'm picking.
It's one of the two. I think there might be $1.99 and the sale price is 99 pence.
Yes, you like a chicken.
So we'll be having a big spring sale in around about April time.
And that'll be the high.
But yes, so the next video that should be out, I will say, is meal plan with me.
Let's see what I can make.
Yeah, we'll
yeah.
see what we're going to make. Okay?
So we'll come back to these. So last part then. We've got all the cookies. And they're all frozen. I really should have put some greaseproof paper onto this tray. But I forgot. So that's the kind of day we're having again. So these are the chocolate orange cookies. I'm just taking off the tray. We'll get these back into the freezer in a freezer bag because they're frozen solid, so will not stick together. Be able to take out as many as I want. Again, you can freeze your dough in a big lump if you like, but this works easier for myself and my family. So this is where we're at. Right. And once I put these in bags, we'll do a quick show and tell of the freezer. And then I'll get tidied up. In the next video, I want to do some ice cream fudge. Not ice cream fudge, ice cream brownies. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically like you cook your brownie in the tray, then you spread ice cream over the top, you put it back in the freezer. Once everything's solid, you cut it into bars, you pack them individually. Nice and easy. I want to try and get some donuts into the freezer. I'm going to make donuts for ages. Again, the recipes will be on my website. And when I get that video done, the recipes will be linked on that video. So remember, check all the links below. See, this is why I said don't put them too close together. Do what I say, not as I do. But yes, check out all the links below. My website's there, the recipes are there. Facebook, Instagram, and something else. I was going to link something else. Oh, my favourite items from Amazon. So this month's shopping haul will have some Amazon stuff in it, because I buy the cases of a 24 pack of tomatoes. I've got a few other things on the list, but all of the freezer bags that I use, all of the tubs that I use, any of my favourite kind of kitchen items. I think my favourite boots are on there as well. So go and check them all out, and I will see you very shortly. Oh no, we're going to do a freezer tour quickly. Right. Right, quick freezer tour then. So we've got flapjacks in there. Yes, you can freeze them. Lovely. And then we've got the banana breakfast muffins or breakfast bars, I've got them called on my website. In there, again, easy to freeze. We've got cake bars in here, nice and simple. They did get a bit squashed before they got frozen, so they're all funny shapes. Extra cake bars in there. We've got frozen banana there because I had some bananas that I wasn't going to get used up. We've got all sorts of freezer sandwiches. We've got chocolate ones, we've ham ones as well. And then down here, so we've got the banana bread in muffin form. We've got a cookie dough, all individual. Some extra cookie dough, I can't get my, there we go. Some extra cookie dough, and then plenty more space to be making more things. So we will get this freezer filled up in the next video, hopefully. Actually, I think the next video might be the shopping haul, but we'll have a look at this one. So you can see we've still got some freezer meals left. So we've got Watago soup, we've got 2 packs of cheese there, so I'll be doing pizzas. Got our apples here, we've got, I think that's sausage casserole, mashed potato, we've got corned beef pie, we've got some ice cream down there, and Brody's should be there somewhere, because we've got some dairy ice cream, some dairy-free ice cream. Yes, we'll get to those. What else do we have? Oh, we've got slow cooker meatballs. We've got fajita chicken for sheep pan. We've got some sweet and sour chicken down there. We've got bolognese in there. We've got chicken for curry. We've got burgers. We've got lots of sweet corn. We've got green beans. So yeah, we're going to be doing alright. And then, like I say, the next video out should be the shopping haul, then my freezer meal prep, and then it'll be filling the rest of the freezer with all the snacks and goodness and stuff. Quickly show you what I've done this morning, or my little one did this morning. So we've got some jelly in there. Excuse the Baileys, I'm going to be making some fudge. We've got last night's leftovers, which was shepherd's pie. Lovely. We've got some more jelly. We've got that lemon that I need to get used up. And then the Angel Delight. We fancied Angel Delight, so that's what we did. Yes, it's all delicious, all sorted. I am going to stick some yogurts into the freezer because the dates aren't brilliant on them. So we'll have them as frozen yogurt instead of normal packed lunch yogurt. But yeah, so catch me in the next video. Check out the links below, and if you feel like it, like and subscribe. Thanks, bye.